What's up, YouTube fans? Today I'm reviewing a sort of an older figure here. Figures. This is the Badcube value pack for the Evil Bug Course, their version of the Insecticons. I didn't get this originally. I was waiting for, I don't know, I thought Takara might make this, but this came out on sale on BBTS, and I thought, why not? It was 120 bucks. I think originally these were like 200 bucks for the set of 3, or 180, something like that. So for 120, I couldn't really pass that up. It's roughly $40 each for each of these figures. So I got it, and this is my first Badcube set. I had the Badcube Sun Surge, but as soon as I got that, Takara announced their Sunstreaker figure, so I decided I just sold it. So really, this is my first figure that I'm going to open and keep. But you do get Claymore, Hypno, and Kickbutt. On the front of the package, it's kind of an old school, 80s kind of feel to it. It says value pack here. You got some Chinese warnings and writings. Not much on the side other than their tech specs. Just Badcube on that side. Evil Bug Cores on that side. Value pack. Nothing on the back, and that's really it. But it's a really nice, sturdy box. It's not like a cheap box. It's like a collector's box. It's really thick, and it just looks really cool. I like when companies do this. They spend a little extra time to pack their figures very carefully. And what you get in the box is the 3 figures, 3 Energon cubes. Each of them has a gun. These are just the antenna for Claymore. Sorry, I forget their names here in the Badcube world, but you got Claymore, Hypno, and Kickbutt. And then you get 2 alternate faces for Kickbutt and Claymore. So it's a nice little tray here that comes with it, and it also comes with instructions, obviously. So we'll get the box out of here. And it's also a very sturdy and high quality plastic tray. It's not cheap at all. I kind of like the way this is packed. It makes me feel like I could resell this basically as is if I needed to, and it would be like new. So here are the 3 figures. We'll get these cute Energon cubes out. We'll get their guns out. So first and foremost, I know these have to get mounted on here. I believe they're symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which one you put where. So you just kind of stick it in. It's ball mounted. It's a ball joint there, and it just kind of snaps into the top here. So that's really it for that. And then you've got the weapons. And the two alternate faces here. So we've got kind of a smiling face, or I don't know, a smirk here. Yeah, it looks like a smirk. Let's see, who is this for? This is for this guy, I believe. And I think you've got to take off. You've got to unscrew the head to be able to switch that out. I'll probably switch that out. And then this one, he's got, I already switched this face. He's got the smiling face. Otherwise, got the standard face. I like the smiling face better, so I put that on. Let's just get his wings folded up here. Here they are out of the packaging, and they look really good. I like the way these came out. They really are, nice quality, nice paint. I haven't seen transformation yet, but in terms of the colors, I think it really matches with the G1 aesthetic from the cartoon. I'm going to put an image up here of the 3 of them from the G1 cartoon. And I think they really look good. I think they really are reminiscent of the G1 cartoon. Now, I know that Badcube is kind of known for their very complex transformations. Sorry, I have a cat here now. It's running around in my basement, going crazy. and that's the noises you hear in the background. But yeah, you can get the weapons in here. And I know the Badcube's known for their very complex transformations. And we'll see, you know, how that turns out with these guys. Well, his head is really hard to turn. It's like super tight. Okay. You can turn it, you just gotta put a little effort in. And then here is Bombshell? No, I'm sorry. His real name is Bombshell, but they call him Hypno. And same kind of thing, you just sort of wedge the gun in there into his hand. I think you close these too. So it looks like that. And then you can kind of have it either way. This rotates at the end, but I think it looks best like that. So there's Hypno with his gun. Just get oriented here. He's a little trouble standing up. We're going to figure out if maybe it's not transformed all the way. And here is Kickbutt. And here's his gun. And the handle just kind of folds out here, so you just want to pull that out. Easier said than done. It's really tight. Okay, there we go. And again, open up his hand. Just kind of slides in there. And there you go. And all three of these guys, I really like the way they look so far. So there is, and I hear some ratchet joints. That's pretty cool. So we're going to put these faces away. I'm not going to mount this one. Actually, I might mount this one, so let's leave that one out. But I'm not going to mount the other face, so I'll put that away for now. But I do appreciate them giving us the option of alternate faces. That's something we don't get with every single figure. Now here's these sort of sticky Energon cubes, and they kind of stack them up. They're kind of cool, actually. And you can have them kind of hold it or whatever. Put one in his hand. Let's see if you can actually hold one. So you can sort of get him to hold one in his hand like that. That's a pretty cool effect. You know, I'm kind of glad that they included that. They didn't need to, but it's going to look cool in bug mode when they have these Energon cubes. You know, I think it's a nice touch that they didn't need to include. But I'm going to move these out to the side for now until we get to bug mode. And we also get the instructions here. I don't see collector's cards. That's kind of disappointing. I thought Badcube included collector's cards. So I looked in the package. There are no collector's cards in there. I guess it doesn't come with collector's cards. I'm going to have to look that up. But here's the book, and it's pretty detailed. It should be good enough, I hope. We'll see. Again, I don't do transformations in my videos. What I now do is do a separate video for transformations. So if you need the transformation, please watch the transformation video. But in this one, I'm just going to go straight from robot mode to vehicle mode, to bug mode. But here they are, the three of them together, and they really do look good together. It's a good set. And just for a little bit of comparison, now this guy is kind of unstable. See what the deal is. So he's got like heels here. Oh, maybe you need to stick these up a little bit because it looks like the back heel sticks out a little bit lower, so you kind of gotta angle these up. Maybe. Definitely seems like something's not right here. It's sort of flimsy. Not what I would expect. Well, in any case, you can get him to stand. You just sort of have to monkey with the feet. There you go. But all in all, they do look good together as a set. Now let's bring in another Decepticon here. And of course, you're going to have Megatron. And here he is. They are with their master. MP36, I believe, was his number. Can't remember now. Obviously, this guy is pretty awesome. You know, he's just one of the best masterpiece figures ever made, in my opinion. I think he was the best Megatron. But here he is with his Insecticon crew, and I think this looks good together. I think this is a good aesthetic. It's a good paint, and it just kind of makes sense. These guys seem like a very natural match to the MP line. You know, they really match together. Let's just get Megatron out of the way here. Now for some sizing here, let's do a little bit of measurement. So all of them are roughly, let's see, 5.5 inches to the top of her head. If you measure to the top of Hypno's antenna, it's probably about 8 inches, and the top of Kickbutt's wings is about 7 inches. And width-wise, they're about 2.5 to 3, depending on where you measure. So not bad. Now, in terms of weight, this guy comes in at 4.25 ounces, and Hypno comes in at 3, just under 4, just about 4. And again, I'm weighing them with their guns here. And then Kickbutt comes in at also 3 ounces. So they're pretty light. You know, they don't have a lot of die cast in them. If they do at all, I'm not even sure. But it's pretty good. You know, they still look really good. And they feel good in hand. This one does feel a little light. So let's start reviewing each of these individually, just in robot mode first, and then we'll transform them to their insect modes. I am noticing they're falling, but it might be because the table is not perfectly flat. So, oh, you can also kind of push the feet down. I probably should have done that before. Okay, so we'll just set those guys back here for a second. And first we'll take a look at this guy. Man, I already forgot his name. Claymore. Alright. So you do have a really nice ball joint for the arm. So you get the full 360 all the way out to there. Nice rotation at the bicep. Not double jointed. Just a single jointed, but you just get a lot of bend there on the elbow. Rotation at the wrist. And a little bit up and down, but that's part of the transformation. And his insect legs almost kind of look like guns, which that's kind of cool. I like that effect there. He's got this gun underneath his arm, so you can kind of have him shooting. That's a nice touch. Although that's probably just part of the transformation. You do get a really nice waist swivel and also an ab crunch because he's on a ball joint here at the waist. May also be part of the robot mode. You get ratcheted hip joints. Let's see, is it ratcheted this way? Looks like it's soft ratchets this way, hard ratchets this way. You get soft ratchet for the knee, 90-degree bend there. On the feet, you have an ankle tilt, an ankle pivot, and it also kind of it will come out, so you can get him a little bit taller, and also you can get a little bit more movement there. So really a lot of articulation there on the feet. You can kind of get almost anything there. He also extends up here, and I don't know how far up you're supposed to extend him, but for robot mode, I'm not even sure if you're supposed to extend it or not. I guess not, because it doesn't match the size of the other guys here. So let's put them all the way back down. So that's about it. Oh, sorry, I forgot about these. You can also articulate the antenna. They kind of go all the way down to there, or you can have them all the way straight up like that. And that's really it. That's it for articulation for this guy. And I really love the blue, metallic blue accents there. And I think that was a nice touch by Badcube to add a lot of paint. And there is a lot of paint on this guy. So you got some red accents. We'll probably see those in robot mode or in insect mode. Purple plastic, some yellow plastic here, some silver paint on the thighs on this area here and on the antenna. Silver paint and red paint, metallic paint for the goggles. There's some paint here that'll show up in robot mode or in insect mode. I keep saying robot mode. In insect mode, so we'll cover that later. But all in all, nice paint job and nice plastic colors. Now here we have Hypno, and Hypno, let's see. Oh, I did forget to cover his head here. He does have a ball jointed head. It does go up a little bit, not much down. You can rotate, but it's really stiff. Like, I'm talking like I can barely move it stiff. Almost afraid to break it stiff. Maybe it just needs a little bit of adjustment there, but it's really tight. But I like that. I think it's good to have some tight joints. Alright, now into Hypno. He does have a ball joint. His loose head is a little bit looser. You can articulate this thing on top of his head, although I think it should go like that. According to the cartoon, we'll have to check that. So plenty of rotation there. You do have a soft ratcheted shoulder joint here. You have a butterfly joint, which I believe is going to be part of the transformation. But anyways, it can be used. You can get all the way back to there, all the way up to here. So some nice movement there. Rotation all the way up to there. He does rotate all the way around based on this yellow piece. Kind of rotates inside of his shoulder. You do have a double. Yes, this is double jointed, but you know it's hindered here, so you almost get a full 180. You do again have the rotation at the wrists. Oh, and I forgot to cover the other one. They're all the same on their hands. They just have one piece fold out. The thumb is not posable. It's just the fingers open up and close, and that's it. There's no individual finger articulation either on the thumb or on the fingers. So that's really it for his arm. His legs, you do get the ratcheted back and forth joint, a soft ratchet on the outside. The knee is a soft ratchet as well, and then you get a little bit of bend the other direction, and then almost 90 that direction. And again, you've got the foot that kind of folds all the way down, so you could probably get a really extreme angle here. So you do have plenty of ankle pivot, not great. So you have plenty of ankle tilt, but not a lot of pivot here, because you kind of have to use the toes, and this toe only goes down to there. So I don't see a way to rotate the whole. Oh, I'm sorry. It does rotate. So it rotates along this axis here. That's strange. It's actually hard to see. It does though. It feels like it's gonna break, to be honest, but you can rotate it right there. I can't tell if that's just the screw, you know, or if that's. Okay, it does look like it's supposed to rotate. So you do have a tilt there, but it doesn't feel very good. But all in all, really good articulation on Hypno too. Does his chest open up? I don't believe his chest opens up. Let's see if this guy, does his chest open up? Yes, so his chest opens up and it does reveal a little bit of detail there on the inside, which is kind of neat. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. I don't think you're supposed to put anything in there, but you can open that up, and that's a cool little feature there. So there are those two guys, and finally we get Kickbutt here. Does his chest open up too? Yeah, it looks like it does. It kind of slides out and then opens up. I'm not sure why they included this feature. I don't know if that's probably part of the transformation. So Kickbutt here, he also has his head on it's on a swivel and a tilt. So you got tons of articulation. His head goes all the way up to there. I think it probably does that for insect mode. You do have articulation on the ears here, so you can rotate those all the way around. The head does rotate, so plenty of articulation on this guy's head. You can articulate these wings. They go all the way back to here, and you can go all the way forward to here. I don't know why you'd go forward like that, but you can. His arm does rotate on a ball joint out to there. It does rotate all the way around. You do have a double jointed elbow once again, and it allows you for quite a bit of range of motion there, which is good. Again, rotation on the wrist and the single joint for the hand, nothing on the thumb. You do have the nice waist swivel. Oh, this guy also has a waist swivel. You do have the nice waist swivel. I am finding this guy is kind of annoying to pose. He just wants to tilt forward. I don't know if it's because I'm not posing it correctly or what. But he does want to fall. Back to this guy. He's also got a waist swivel and a ab crunch, which is also probably part of transformation. He's got the same ratcheted back and forth. Alright, it looks like a hard ratchet back and a soft forward and then a soft outwards. You do have the 90-degree bend. Also, there's no rotation there, but you can do rotations like that. You do get a swivel or ankle tilt, but only on the toe. The back part here doesn't really articulate, so you would kind of just put the toes in the direction you needed to. So if you had a really wide stance, you could still get him looking right. So that's good. I'm glad that they did that, but it doesn't articulate the whole foot. And then back and forth, you can also get him up all the way like that if you need to. Come on, guy, stand up. There you go. So yeah, you can get some pretty severe angles here if you need to. Not sure you would need to get that far out, but you can. So really good articulation on all of these guys, especially the feet is where they really shine. And again, this guy's got some nice paint details, some silver here, some red paint, purple plastic, some nice metallic blue here, some red paint again. Painted yellow on the back panel here. I don't think it opens or anything, but it's just a yellow piece. Painted silver on the wings, or on the on the wings. And again, a red visor and silver face there. And I believe that's just metal. And then, of course, purple plastic, black plastic, and yellow plastic here in the front. Nothing on the inside of the chest really to look at. And all of their guns are painted. Actually, sorry, these two are painted. This one's just purple plastic. But they do look good. They're good looking weapons. So all in all, these robot modes are really good. Let's get these guys transformed into insect mode. I believe it's going to be a fairly complex transformation just because it is Badcube and they're known for that. But we'll see how it is. So we'll be right back in insect mode. Alright guys, we're back from transforming, and these guys are actually a little complicated to transform. I don't think they're any worse than any normal Badcube figure, but I found it a little bit difficult, especially this guy was a little bit complex. Actually, no, this guy was probably the most complex. A lot of little panels and stuff like that, but nothing insurmountable. Is definitely doable. I don't know if I'm going to do a transformation video for these guys just because level of difficulty makes it a little bit hard, but they're all in all they're pretty good. Now you can have them holding these Energon cubes. So this thing can't really hold the Energon cube, unfortunately. You could probably put it back here or something. And same for this guy, you can't really hold it, although you could probably maybe put it between his antenna, and then he could be doing that. So all three of them, they can kind of hold on to an Energon cube. So let's talk about looks first. So let's start with Claymore here. He's really flat in the back, and I think that's how it was in the cartoon. I'll try to get a picture of the original there, the cartoon. But you do have some options here in terms of how you want to pose it, but not a lot. So you can get his feet, I mean, it's pretty much just flat. That's pretty much all you can do. There is, you know, a joint here, but it's not really meant to store. So I don't know. It's just not really intended to pose, but you can pose these, you know, antenna or whatever, and that's pretty cool. These back feet don't really pose much. You kind of get it, kind of want them flat, so that's probably the best look for him. And then maybe a little bit angled down there on the front ones. So let's move on to Hypno here. Now Hypno has a lot of posability. So you got these legs are on you know, soft ratcheted joints here, so you can kind of get them flat if you wanted to. You could put all these legs flat, and he could be sitting like pretty flat on the ground. Yeah, this is starting to bother me. This is kind of loose. I'm gonna have to tighten that. But I like it a little bit up, so I like to put the claws down like that and then pose him like that, and I think he looks best when you do that. And I think that's how they have him in the instructions too. They kind of have him up like this, and so that looks good. I like the look of this. I like the way it turned out. I think they did a good job. My only complaint with Hypno is the head here is a little bit loose. You could probably fix that with a little bit of Future or some nail polish. Tighten up that joint a little bit. So it's not a big deal. You could probably fix it. Oops. Uh-oh. Just get this back on here. Huh. There we go. So that's really my only complaint, but the paint job is great. You know, this metallic blue, the red, the yellow and purple plastic is great. The silver again on the gun, same silver, but it just looks good. So all in all, a very well painted, well designed, and well colored. Now here is Kickbutt here, and he does, you know. Oh, another thing is all their guns mount in their insect modes. Here's Claymore. You know, it kind of makes part of the bug, which I really like. I love that they integrated the gun back into the actual insect modes. It's very G1 like, or at least it just seems very. It's a nice design. I like it a lot. So I'm happy that they made that decision. And same with Kickbutt here. His gun becomes his little tail, which is pretty cool. This guy has a lot of posability, so these legs can move up and down, and these little toes can move up and down, but your best bet is to just have them out like this, and maybe a little bit out to the sides. Like, you know, these also articulate this way. And you really just want to kind of have it like, sort of like an X. His head does not, you know, you can't tilt like this, but he's got this face mask on him, and you do have the antenna here. You can pose those. I think it's meant to be forward like that. You also can. Sorry, it's my cat playing with her toy there. You can pose this pretty much anywhere, but again, it looks best. It looks best if you have it. Looks best if you have it at an angle like that. And yeah, I really like it. And these wings are posable too. You can kind of get them flat, or you can kind of stick them up. I think it looks best slightly up. But all in all, you know, a very good design. I think they did a good job with these insect modes. Definitely for me, it fulfills the need on my shelf for a masterpiece Insecticons. I think these are good enough. I don't think I'd be getting another set of these, because unless Takara comes out with them, I don't think I'll get the Fans toys. Especially for $120, these three are perfect. That's it, guys. We're going to be reviewing a couple of different figures here. They're sort of, for me, they're not my usual. I'll be getting the Masterpiece Art Fire soon, but also the Fans Hobby Master Builder Gunfighter, which is, you know, a laser Optimus Prime. It looks really cool. I got it on a good price, so I decided to buy it. So that's coming up next, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.